His party's campaign to Stellenbosch in the Western Cape today. Athi Mtongana is there. Athi, good afternoon to you. What message from the leader of the EFF there this afternoon?
Well, residents of Kayamandi have had the entire day waiting for the leader of the EFF party, Julius Malema, to arrive. We are told that he's a few minutes away. He is in the Western Cape, and this is where he's going to start the campaign trail of the EFF, particularly in this province. We're in Kayamandi. Well, if you look at Stellenbosch as a whole, the population here, in terms of the number of people in this small town just outside of Cape Town, we're looking at just over 6,000 people. 45% of the people in Stellenbosch are white, Stephen, and about 40% are colored, and only 12% are black African people in Stellenbosch, with 1% between Asian and Indian people. But if you narrow it down, and you narrow it down to Kayamandi, in terms of the population, the majority of the people here are black. Over 90% of the people here are black, and over 84% of the people in Kayamandi are Xhosa-speaking people. Now, like I said, they've been anticipating the arrival of the CIC. I'm going to move out of shot to show you the crowd and the number of the people that are actually here waiting for Malema to arrive at any minute. Now, the stage is set. There's been performances by various young people who've been pleading for job opportunities, saying that the lack of unemployment in this particular area has led them to even starting up their own musical groups, which end up performing at events such as these ones. There are many young people in the streets, Stephen, that are unemployed in this community. And so I just want to zoom into the issue of unemployment. I've got a young lady here who works from an NGO, and she has been talking to me about their plight as people who were once upon a time, when the pandemic started, were frontline workers and were not given what they expected in as far as compensation. Thank you so much, Sisi, for your time. Can you briefly summarize ingxaki eninayo yongabinamisebenzi apha eKayamandi?
Ingxaki esinayo apha yongabinamisebenzi, asisebenzi thina, sisebenzela i-NGO, sisayina qho ngonyaka. Qho xa kuzawuqala unyaka siyasayina. Asifuna umsebenzi opermanent, singene kurhulumente sisi-CHWs apha eKayamandi, siyasayina qho ngonyaka. Imali incinci esiyiphangelelayo, sinikwa imali encinci. Nangoko ixesha le-COVID kha siyinikwe i-danger allowance, kha sifumane imali. Sifuna uqeshwa ngurhulumente, sifumane u-permanent jobs, singene ku-PESAL, sizoba ne-benefits.
Right, thank you so much. And we just pan towards the crowd once again so Stephen can see the number of people that are actually here in Kayamandi this afternoon waiting for the arrival of the CIC. Well, unemployment is a huge thing, as well as land and social housing. That is a huge problem here in this particular community. Young people, many of them, Stephen, due to the fact that they're unemployed and they roam the streets, they end up getting involved in criminal activities. Some of them are part of the groups that end up getting rehabilitated as a result of substance abuse. I want to bring in this young gentleman because a lot of young people here end up, using drugs as a means to cope. But I just want to get a sense from a young man here about how he's dealing with the plight of unemployment. Abantu abaninzi apha baenda apha besitya i-drugs, particularly abafana batshaye i-stick. Thetha ngoba zindoni ezibangela uba abantwana apha abanye bamithe, abanye basebenzisa i-drugs.
Dabonga Sisi Athi, welcome to Stellenbosch. Sisi Athi, uqalo uyabona nawe ulutsha apha lusebenzi. Sikhala ngemisebenzi kakhulu, especially thina silutsha. And siyabeliever as drugs uthetha ngazo Sisi Athi, nokutshwala uthetha ngazo busaplayo ngamabhulu apha elandizingene eStellenbosch, bayasaplaya basuppressa, bafuna siphelele apha eKayamandi, basihlohle nge-drugs nangotywala. ngoba apha ukhoyo ngoku kulapho utywala kwenza khona buyajonga apha nasi lanto uzi-grapes imanufacturing apha so bahlohla ngemishekela enzeke thina ngabe singabantu abamnyama singasebenzi singathini while abantwana babo amabhulu wona ahlale esebenza.
Thank you so much. I'm going to loosely try to translate what the young man was saying, Stephen, talking to the issue of substance abuse and alcoholism. We know that Stellenbosch is the home of wine. He alleges that some of the produce in terms of wine is brought to these communities so that they end up within the borders of this community and don't end up progressing outside of this particular community. Both of the people that I spoke to share the same sentiments in as far as job opportunities is concerned and the lack thereof. Another issue here that Julius Malema will be hearing from these residents is the issue of land for social housing. I want to leave it there for now so we can quickly go get his arrival just behind us at the stage that has been set up for the CIC.